Welcome to the SushiSwap Onsen AMA, where we bring on projects that have partnered through the Onsen program and give them a platform to reach a larger audience. Today we have Skirmantas joining us from DappRadar. Thanks for coming on. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm very good. Looking forward to this, and thanks for organizing this. Big fan of sushi.
Hey, right on. Aren't we all? So yeah, right on. I'll get this started off here with a few questions, and we're gonna get into things here for the next 10 or 15 minutes, and then we can open it up to the stage, have people come up and ask questions that way, or you can bring them in for the AMA text questions. And I do want to point out that today you guys are going to be offering 5,000 radar to 5 different people who come up and ask questions on stage or bring in some good stuff through the AMA text questions. So, yeah. Awesome. Well, if you don't mind, let's just start off here with a quick intro, some background about you, and your involvement with DappRadar.
Yeah, sure. So I'm the co-founder and CEO of DappRadar. We founded DappRadar 4 years ago. So since then, I was working on various startups, projects, and 4 years ago, I ended up in crypto. And hang on, I somewhat hear myself sometimes from you. I'm not sure why is that. But 4 years ago, I started looking into crypto. And the first thing that happened was that, there was no place to discover dApps. There was no place to look at which dApps are kind of, alive, active, and worth for your time and investment. And yeah, that's kind of how I ended up in crypto, by just looking into what's this technology, what are these smart contracts, and being a software developer previously, it felt like a no-brainer that, I just need to get into crypto.
So you're telling me that you were in it for the tech?
For real? No. It was. I figured out about I knew about crypto, but when you talk about kind of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and kind of as a cryptocurrency, but when we talk about those Web3 terms, when we talk about dApps and so on,
exactly. Yeah,
that was what got me. And to put it very simple, when CryptoKitties went through the roof back in 2017, end of 2017, I started looking at smart contracts, and from that perspective, it was like, wow. My first impression was, if I was on PokerStars right now, they might be fooling me. But if they were a Dapp, I could be able to verify those odds. And that to me was kind of mind-blowing.
Yes.
It still is.
Yes. Oh, awesome. So I guess that, maybe continue further there, just like kind of on the origin story of how you guys, how DappRadar became to be.
Yeah, so as I said, after CryptoKitties, me and the co-founder, the other one, Dragos, we were just kind of looking around. So what kind of dApps there are? And what I can tell you, back in the days, there were, just a few of them, and just a few good ones. So it felt like in probably 20 years ago, in whole different channels, looking for apps, looking for different games and so on. I mean, kind of computer games. And there was no place to kind of discover those dApps properly. And there were some catalogs, some lists, but nothing that would also have data to kind of prove, is it a worthy dApp for investment, and is it worth my time, and so on. And we really just said, okay, let's do this. We knew that the data is on chain, so we can get that, we can crunch it and then provide to the user. And it was really a weekend project. So we didn't foresee back then that it's going to be, 4 years later, it's going to be a leading dApp store with all this, users that we have, more than 1.5 billion now per month. So it was really a hunch that we need to do this. And Friday to Sunday, we were just coding, and eventually Sunday night we launched it. We pushed it to Reddit, I think.
Yeah.
And we got so much positive feedback that basically on Monday we both realized, we need to quit our jobs and just start working full time on this, and that's what we did.
Amazing. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, good for you guys. Okay, well, let's do a quick overview on what DappRadar is, how it works, and kind of what it offers, and all of that.
Yeah, so DappRadar started as obviously as a rankings platform for dApps. We're just listing them, showing number of users on chain, number of kind of volume numbers, transaction numbers, and that was the core business initially. But since then, we understood that in order to provide a solution for kind of everything dApps, we need to think of it as kind of an app store, but on steroids. And when it comes to that, you think of Google Play, you think of App Store, and then you kind of what you do, you explore there, you look at apps, you have some kind of level, you have some portfolio that you look at your kind of apps downloaded and so on. So we're taking pretty much this path. I mean, we're a Dapp store, but there are obviously big differences between what an app store can provide and what a Dapp store can provide. I'm not even talking about app stores being pretty much evil with their cuts on developer revenues, but talking about the differences between App Store and Dapp Store. So in Dapp Store, obviously a lot of people are coming here for the money, right? I mean, even if you're here for technology, you can still have that interest in earning some money.
Yes.
And it's a big part of crypto, of the whole kind of Web3 movement. You need to keep track of your assets. You need to know kind of if you're using a dApp, there's a high chance that maybe that dApp is is a quality dApp and you're really are you having good time? Are you educating yourself and so on? But you still want to keep track of kind of how I'm performing in this dApp compared to others and so on. And this is not really possible in traditional app stores. You don't have access to such information. And even if you buy assets in these apps and games, that's it. You just wasted your money basically. I mean, spent it for fun, which can be cool, but still, it will not bring you to college. It will not pay for your college, and NFTs and so on can. So we're looking at it from the perspective that at the dApp store, we want to provide you information with not just what kind of dApps there are, which we're doing, but also what do you have in your wallet? What kind of dApps you have used? How can you use that information to improve your investment decisions? How can you make better investment decisions? And really, it's about that. And the thing is, it's a really difficult job. And everybody who is tracking kind of on-chain data knows that. And that's why when thinking about the future dApp store, we're thinking about that it has to be owned by community. It has to be owned by those who are using it. Yep. Therefore, that's why when we get to the kind of Radar token and everything else, it's about not being one controlled, kind of not being the gateway that one company controls. That's how app stores work, but that's certainly not how a dApp store works.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Thank you for that. It's very comprehensive, and it's you bring up some good. I'm glad you bring the differences between app stores and dApp stores. That's a really good way to kind of break that down.
It's just kind of one example. Yeah, there are definitely more of them, but we are here in the Web3 space. We know that app stores is. That's not what we want. We want Web3. We want dApp stores. Yep,
exactly. Yeah, once they understand Web3, or they start to grasp it, it kind of it's a red pill moment for a lot of people. So cool. Exactly. We've got a couple of people here looking to ask questions. We've got Gulf Wars, and then we'll bring up OzCanX here afterwards. Hey, Gulf Wars, have you got something for us? Hello, Gulf Wars. You're on mute. Oh.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, happy New Year to everyone.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Am I audible?
You sure are. Go ahead, ask your question.
I wanted to ask basically two questions. One was that what is the DappRadar token has been launched, and what is the real utility of this token apart from getting pro membership in Discord channel and all? So what would be the real utility of the token in that?
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, and I have one more question, and is that the Dapp store features dApps of various blockchains. So will there be any because currently that Dapp token is in R20, and will there be any bridges to connect this DappRadar to multiple blockchains?
Yeah, thanks for the questions. I'll start right away with the second. So we launched the token on Ethereum first, because that's what we started with Ethereum. But we are definitely looking into launching it on more chains, on Binance Chain, Polygon, on probably others. And that's a decision for the DAO, for the governance. So we're already talking about having Binance Smart Chain integration and potentially more in the future. So if you want to, if you're a big fan of some other chain where you want Radar token to appear, just hop on our Discord, start discussions, and pretty sure we can have it done. And now getting to the point where, about the utility, and I like the way you say real utility. So it's about, currently we have a token, and one thing to know, what's the difference between DappRadar and some other projects that are, launching tokens just to launch token, or launching token just to kind of build something from scratch. That's not who we are. We didn't plan to have a token when we launched DappRadar 4 years ago. That was not a plan because we saw that at that stage, DappRadar doesn't need a token. I mean, it's a listing platform, has rankings. That didn't need a token. And when we started thinking about a token, we thought very carefully that the token has to make sense. And we don't need some kind of pump and dump. We don't need quick exit or something. We're looking for long term. And we're talking 5, 10, 20 years in the future here. So the thing is, somewhere early last year, we finally found what it is, kind of how the future looks like and why it needs a token. So we started looking into how do we scale all this. We are already tracking more than 30 blockchains. We have almost 10,000 dApps, and that just grows and grows and grows. And we need to keep pace and keep track of all that. And it's just going to increase. When we reach App Store scale, that's kind of what we believe in. Nobody is going to be able to keep track of what's going on in the industry on just their own. You can hire hundreds of developers if you want to, or some other employees. That's not going to help. We need help from community. And in order to get help from community, well, you need to involve them. You need to make sure that everybody is owning a part of DappRadar. So that's exactly what we're doing. The point of DappRadar token, yes, now we have Pro. You get access to certain channels. You get some alpha there. That's already good, and lots of people are enjoying that, and they're really happy with it, which I'm very glad about. But when it comes to the kind of, as you say, the real utility, the future, so we are talking about several things there. One of them is contribute to earn. That is something, you have heard about play to earn. We're coming with contribute to earn. And that is about, if you go to DappRadar, there is a Dapp you like, let's say, I don't know, SushiSwap. You go to SushiSwap page, sushi page on DappRadar, and you see something that you don't like, or something that is, slightly outdated, some link, some information. You, as a sushi fan, you want to make sure that sushi on DappRadar is represented accurately and the information is always up to date and so on. What you do, you're suggesting an update, and if other contributors validate your submission, if it's legit, you're getting rewarded. So I'm really simplifying this, but basically this way, we are rewarding contributors for their contributions, and that increases the quality of the platform. The higher quality of the platform, the more users there are, and the more revenue the protocol generates. So it's like a circle that the further it goes, the stronger it is. And that's something that lots of people underestimate. And that's how also Dapp Store is going to be much, much different than App Store. On App Stores, you just have one kind of input, which is coming from app developers. On a Dapp Store, you'll have a whole lot of people, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people, who will be looking after the quality of the platform and get rewarded. The way we see people earning through play to earn now, I see it much more efficient in the future to go through contribute to earn, because that's something that, it doesn't depend on new users coming in, the influx of new users. So that's one thing, contribute to earn. Second thing we're thinking of is about the Dapp pages themselves and how Dapps are living on DappRadar. It's about, again, if you can have apps, you can have something that needs to download, you can have a website, and the way you want your Dapp to be represented on DappRadar can be, you can be different from some other Dapp. Let's say you want for sushi to have a certain layout on DappRadar. You want sushi to stand out. What we will have is that we started calling that autonomous communities. So we want to make sure that single Dapp pages on DappRadar, let's say Sushi page, are monitored, kind of moderated and curated by Sushi community. So that's something we're currently working on, starting to build that. And we're constantly talking to community how to make that happen. What's the, some kind of variables, what's here and there. But the point is, we don't want to be as DappRadar company, we don't want to be the ones who say what's right and what's wrong. We want to make sure that whatever there is represented on DappRadar, it's coming from, from Dapp developers, from community, from joint effort of those parties. This is when it comes to, as you're asking, the real utility. That's what we're planning for the future. And yeah, I'm super excited about this. It's hard to express.
Awesome. Thank you.
That seems to be quite.
Yeah, I hope
That seems to be quite interesting. We are also would be very happy to contribute to make DappRadar the best platform for DApps in the whole blockchain. Thank you for answering my question.
Thank you. That's very great to hear. Yeah, just hop on our Discord. Let's chat. Everybody is so friendly there. We can find places where to contribute and potentially even, you can get rewards for that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Golf Wars. All right. We've got Mr. Sohail, 94. Hello. You're still on mute. Oh.
Hi everyone.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Sure can.
I'm good, sir. I'm good.
Good.
I'm enjoying the AMA. I've got one question. Is there any specific criteria for a blockchain to be tracked by DappRadar? Like, do you look at stats like number of transactions or number of DApps built on a particular blockchain before you decide to track it? And what is the process behind selecting a blockchain to be tracked on DappRadar?
That's a good question. Thank you. When it comes to blockchain integrations, that's something that's, pretty much, it's technically a difficult process. And that's why it takes quite a bit of time to integrate new protocols and quite a bit of resources. That's something that we're looking forward to possibly open source in the future, which is currently a complicated task to do, but we'll be looking forward to it. Talking about criteria, so we're mostly looking at the size of community and the size of activity on the blockchain. If there is some blockchain that has little usage and it's kind of difficult to integrate it, that's probably not worth it. We don't have the incentive to do it. So we're looking for blockchains that have significant usage, or if there is a blockchain that really wants to be on DappRadar but has little usage, we're asking them to cover our costs for that integration. And there is kind of, to be specific, there is no specific criteria saying that you need to have 1 million daily users or something like that. And it's more like we take several different criteria in mind. Yeah, community size, activity on the blockchain, reputation, and then we integrate.
Thank you for answering my question.
Thank you for asking.
Hey, thanks for coming up. Awesome. I'll bring up one more here. Hail Plid. Hail Plid, if you can see that. I see it looks like you're on mobile. You may have to maybe you have to try again there. You should be looking for the maybe I think under the hand button when you're on mobile. There might be a button to come up here after. But okay, all good. We'll maybe just try again here afterwards, and have a new request to come up, and we can keep going after that. But okay. So that's good. We've touched on a few different things there, I guess, in particular with the the radar token as well. I'm glad we touched on that a bunch. With the regards to the airdrop with that, how did you guys kind of determine the criteria around that, or what was, maybe just tell us a little bit about that process.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Usually when projects and apps are doing airdrops, they're looking at kind of on-chain data of their platform. And the difference between that and us is that DappRadar currently doesn't have a lot of on-chain activity. We don't offer lots of kind of interactive features when you can interact with the blockchain. Well, that's something to change in the near future. So we had to be quite kind of do some research and look into, okay, so what do we want to, whom do we want to reward? Whom do we want to become long-term DappRadar users and holders of Radar token? And one thing we discovered, it's really Dapp users. We're building a Dapp store, and we want to reward Dapp users. We want to make sure that Dapp users are holding Radar tokens because they are the ones using Dapps. You are the ones using Dapps. You deserve to be Radar holders. But because there are so many Dapp users now, we had to make sure that we don't distribute the token to 5 million users. So what we did, we chose criteria which is based on the number of Dapps you have used. So basically, if you have used 10 or more Dapps that are listed on DappRadar, that were listed on DappRadar by the time the snapshot was taken, and that was October 19th last year, if you use at least 10 Dapps, you're eligible for an airdrop. Or if you have registered on DappRadar before, it's enough to have used just one Dapp. And here we're talking just Ethereum. So that's the very first step. And there are many OGs in there and so on. And because we started on Ethereum, we felt like we need to give it back. When we move to other chains, we'll see how to kick off, how to initiate the initial action on the other chains as well. But so that's about the airdrop now. And it's going pretty well. We have already more than 30% airdrops claimed. And we see that gas is not really the friend of the airdrop, but it's going smoothly. People are claiming, lots of them are holding. And what's even better for us, and we're really happy about it, a lot of people are joining our DappRadar Discord and becoming, enjoying the pro benefits. So that's really, really good to see.
Yeah, awesome. That's So then, with that, I guess, So how does DappRadar Pro work?
So treat Pro as some sort of exclusive club where you're getting benefits just for holding tokens, and I think that's a really good deal. When we talk about Pro features, well, first of all, I'd say if you went around DappRadar, you would see that we're not only providing rankings, portfolio analytics, and so on. We're also writing quite a bit of good content, really good content, and quarterly, monthly, yearly reports, and so on. So first of all, Pro users, they have access to DappRadar reports, some of them early. So kind of you're getting early access to some alpha content where our analysts look at and analyze various projects, various DApps. They're not telling you where to invest, but they're telling you what to take a look on, and that's really useful. People are enjoying that. So that's one thing. The other thing is we're talking about Discord a lot, and we think that when lots of people are now spending their time on Discord, it's really important to not just have it for chatting, but also getting alpha there. So we have channels on Discord for Pro members, like you're getting notified when there are new dApps listed on DappRadar. You're getting notified when there are new NFT mints happening. You're getting notified when there are NFT sales happening that are above $1 million or between $100,000 and $1 million. So you always stay up to date with what's happening in the market. When new dApps appear, you just need to react to it, and that's it. All the information is given to you. And then finally, we have some on-sign features. For example, we're tracking all the NFT sales across many different blockchains. And you can look at the last 15 minutes, the last 30 minutes data if you're a Pro user. So that gives you the signals where the market is right now. And we'll keep working on adding more and more features to the Pro, since we want to have this exclusive club for those who believe in what we do and want to be a part of the world's Dapp store.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. Okay, so and to get a part of that, so 5,000 stake 5,000 radar, and that's how you can become.
Yeah, so the rules are you need 5,000 radar tokens. Either you're holding 5,000 radar tokens or you're staking any amount of radar tokens,
Okay.
in SushiLP. So that's how it works.
Got it. Cool. Let's see here. We've got a couple hands up. T-Soyans. If you've got a question for us. And Quijin. I'll bring both of you up here. Whoever gets up first can ask. Quijin. Hello. How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
Oh,
How are
very
you?
well. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks. So I have one question for you guys. So I want to know if there will be a difference between the holders of Radar token in the Ethereum blockchain or those who hold the Radar token in BSC, for example, when it will be released.
There will be no difference. The way it works, DappRadar is a Dapp store of multiple blockchains. So we don't look at if you're holding on Ethereum, if you're going to be holding on Binance Smart Chain, and so on. We're going to make sure that the platform supports all of these tokens. So it will not matter if you're holding those tokens on BSC or if you're holding them on Ethereum. When it comes to the Pro and getting access to features and so on, the only place where that I can think of now is the governance. So I believe governance might always stay on Ethereum, unless we think of other ways how to kind of how to implement that.
So the price of the Radar token in the Ethereum stage and the BSC will be the same.
Yes, it's going to be the same supply across all the chains, the same token.
Okay. So thank you. And I was asking if the utility will be just to use it in the store, or we will use it in something else.
So the kind of currently the kind of utility was what I explained about the Pro. So you can kind of stake the token, get access to Pro, and that's the kind of utility that we have now. But the kind of the plans that we have is what I explained before about contribute to earn, about those autonomous communities. Because basically, in order to think of play to earn, in order to start earning something, you need to first have skin in the game. You need to have something. You need to buy some NFTs to start playing and so on. And that is done to make sure that you're not just kind of creating 1,000 different accounts and start spamming the network without putting anything at stake. And in a similar way, we're thinking of this whole contribute to earn movement. That if you want to contribute, if you want to start earning, and you'll be able to really kind of, I believe so, you'll be able to live off contributions on DappRadar. You'll have to have skin in the game. So kind of that's the first thing. Then there comes things like B2B offerings. We're talking with quite a few wallets, and that's something just a few people know, I believe, here. We're working with lots of different partners, so kind of wallet providers and so on, and announcements to come soon. But the thing we're looking at, we have some data that nobody has, proprietary data. We're talking about all the dApps, all their smart contracts. We're talking about NFT portfolio, estimated prices that we're doing through our machine learning algorithms. And again, nobody does. And we're going to provide this information also to other wallets, to even other Dapp stores. We're thinking about this as, DappRadar is the platform where things happen. But, if somebody wants to use that data for some niche project, for some wallet or something else, we're happy to share that, obviously for some cost. So that's for kind of institutional, for institutions, for companies and so on. Another utility will be to kind of pay for services. Either it's going to be ads, either it's paying for API usage and so on. But as you said, for kind of normal users, for I like to call people sometimes average Joes, not normies or something. That sounds bad to me. But for average crypto people, for Web3 people, it's going to be about contribute to earn, about autonomous communities and DappRadar Pro.
Okay. So thank you for your answer and keep going on your future project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Gijan. Okay, we've got another hand. Let's see, Morty. We've got a Morty. Morty, have you got something for us? Come on up, Morty. Oh, maybe, yes, no. And we've also got Stevo. Or Stevo. We've got, yeah, if you've got something for us, come on up. Come on up. But, oh, another one here. Yeah, please, if you're looking to get up, you just raise your hand. And okay, let's we'll go with Stevo first, and then HCES level. You can come on afterwards. Go ahead, Stevo.
Hi, can you hear me?
We sure can. Go ahead.
Cool. So pretty new in Web3. Really came across SushiSwap via a friend, and I've just gone, like, during these past few months, I've just gone down the rabbit hole, and I really kind of see the value of everything you guys have been doing. Just a brief introduction. I'm a machine learning master's student, and I heard that you mentioned you were using some ML for some, I'm assuming, some time series prediction.
It's for price prediction.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay. So I was wondering if, like, if you guys were looking for if you guys had any openings on the team for any kind of ML implementation for any of your projects.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. Thank you for asking this question, because I would have probably forgotten otherwise. I'll put it this way, guys. If anyone wants to work at DappRadar, right now, in the future, whatever, we're always looking for good people. So it doesn't matter really kind of what you do and what are your sort of hard skills. If you're really into Web3, if you're into crypto, if you want to know kind of, if you're using lots of dApps and you just want to help, you want to provide support, you want to do this and that, product marketing, whatever it is, come talk to us on Discord. Just hop on Discord, say, hey guys, I'm having this kind of skills, I'm doing this in my life, I want to help you, I want to work at DappRadar, let's talk. That's how it works.
Okay, yeah, perfect. I mean, I'm like I said, I've specialized in ML, but I'm not super picky. I'm really just open to any and all opportunities. Just want to learn.
One thing to learn is the thing that we basically value the most, because I believe that's the most important thing in Web3 when it comes to doing anything. If you want to learn, you got it.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much for answering my questions.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks for coming on. HCES level, how are you?
How are you?
Oh, good. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you for doing the AMA, and thank you for giving me the chance to ask this question. I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about what DappRadar was talking about in terms of the community, I guess, like contributing to earn. I know you mentioned this already a little bit, but can you give me like some more examples of like how do you expect the community to help the DappRadar to contribute, and then how does that mechanic actually work of like earning, I guess?
Yeah, so going into specific detail, that would require a lot of time, and then we kind of, being honest, really, we don't have all the details correct yet. That's what we're working on. But on a high level, on DappRadar, we have so many things that can be scaled and can be helped by community. We're talking, okay, first of all, Dapp submissions. We know that we don't have all the Dapps out there, but we're having kind of 95% or 99%, but not all of them. Community can submit those Dapps. They know about it. Somebody knows about some Dapps that are not on DappRadar. They can contribute. They can submit a Dapp and get rewarded for that. And then there are many other places like DeFi TVL integrations, NFT metadata kind of feeders, anything that's really kind of adding new smart contracts to dApps that are, dApps are constantly launching new smart contracts. Not all the time we're getting them listed on DappRadar right the same second. But there are many different places where we will allow people to contribute, and it can be it can be coding, it can be not coding, it can be simply upvoting, downvoting certain things, like to the similar extent like Reddit in some cases. If there's a list of things that you need to choose from, say X Infinity Tools section, and there are many different tools, and how do we know which one is better than other? We ask community, we ask you to come there, try these tools, and then upvote, downvote, based on you like them or not. So all these different kinds of contributions will add up in some sort of, let's say, point system. And then based on how many points you collect in a day, in a week, in a month, you're getting rewarded from some rewards pool. And that rewards pool will be initially kind of subsidized from DappRadar community pool that we already have allocated, and that's like 40% of total token allocation. But in the future, it has to work on itself. So we as a protocol, as a platform, we are generating revenues, and we are going to be eventually shifting those revenues to the protocol. So then, as I said before, the more contributors there are, the higher quality of the platform is. The more users there are, and the more revenue we make. And the more revenue we make, the bigger rewards are. So that circle just goes on. Is it enough?
HCS level. That's hopefully that answers what you're.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
I'll just add something more. Thinking of kind of Dapp integrations, DeFi kind of custom metrics that everyone is focused on TVL, for example, but there are much more metrics. So you can have custom metrics built by community if they wish so, and get rewarded for that. Different tools. We need to be aware of scams, bad tokens, and so on. And there are people already now, they're reporting those scammy tokens. Hey, this Dapp just dropped hold. Let's take it away. And we're doing that. So we're already working with community on this. It's just about how do we make it kind of more efficient, and how do we kind of remove ourselves being the policeman. We want the community itself to figure out what's good, what's bad, and then we don't need to be the gateway keeper as to our app stores. And one thing that I would like to mention, when people look at DappRadar, they don't know who's behind it and how much effort it takes to kind of build that and maintain it. We currently have a team of 55 people, which we're growing every month, every week. We're sending more than 1 million users to dApps every month now. So these are numbers that they don't appear out of nowhere. And we grew more by 10 times last year. And we're going to do the same this year. That's what I believe. So there is quite a bit of potential for this contribution, for curation, because there is going to be more and more content, and that needs to be curated and moderated. That's what we're building a platform for, to make it safe, to make it secure, and to make sure that, there is no such, there's nothing kind of making us the gateway keeper. We don't want to be the gateway keeper. We want to make the gates open.
That's a really good point. It has been keeping the gates open and allowing community to come in and help and contribute. That's a super cool ethos. So very pleased about that. All right. Anything else, HCS level? All right. All good. Perfect. Well, I guess next part here we can get into the having rewards on SushiSwap. Maybe just tell us a little bit about that. We're super excited to have you over there with the 2x farm.
So we talked about that we need to have staking. We need to be able to let users to stake when they're providing liquidity. We really value those who are providing liquidity now, because that's helping to kick off the whole ecosystem of the token. And in exchange, obviously, we're rewarding with Radar tokens. We're super happy to work with Sushi. So from day one of the token launch, we started working with Sushi on a 2x farm. It is now live. It's going on for a month initially. So it's gonna, it would end up in 10 days, but it won't, because we already have a proposal going on our forums. So, if you want to be a part of that, go to forum.dappradar.com and take a look, read about this proposal. But basically, we're going to be extending those 2x rewards for another 90 days or another 3 months. And yeah, probably that's going to have, again, a large APR. So that's a perfect chance to jump on it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's wicked. I'm just looking now. We've got details on that farm in particular. The Radar wrapped ETH. There's 2.2 million in it. We're handing out 38 sushi per day, almost 1 million Radar per day. And that's a APR of 342. It's just a juicy 342% APR. So if anybody is interested, head over to the farm and stake your Radar and your wrapped ETH. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, and on top of that, you're getting DappRadar Pro as well. So
that's right.
That's a good deal.
That's right. Yeah. So any portion of staking into that pool. So if you have the LP token from that, you're going to be you'll be in DappRadar Pro. Awesome. Yeah, very good, very good. One thing I wanted to ask as well, as far as the with like the portfolio tracker, and you've also got like you can do token swaps right inside as well.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really like about the whole Web3 space, Web3 industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that, working with other partners. Like now we work with Sushi. We also work with 0x protocol for token swap. And that's something I really like about this industry, and that's why I believe in the whole Dappster concept and contributors. Because in order to partner up with someone, in order to work with someone, you don't need to really ask anyone's permission. And that's what we did pretty much with 0x. We have integrated 0x on our token swap. So now you can swap tokens on DappRadar, on Ethereum, on Binance Smart Chain, on Polygon, and more protocols to come as well. So again, I really appreciate this industry from that perspective, that anything can connect to anything, and we have so many opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any, like, you've got a lot of chains already. Do you have new ones coming on sometime soon, or any plans for, or any other ones that are coming up? Like, there's a few here I see that have new behind them. Any others that you have plans for?
Yeah, we're launching quite a few protocols. I think if not every week, then every month for sure. So you just need to keep an eye on DappRadar on our social media. We're always announcing that.
Yeah.
Something that we are certainly looking at is, for example, chains like Phantom that have quite significant traction already. We're looking into that, and there are also several others that I can't disclose yet, but they're coming soon.
Yeah, nice. That's good to hear. So yeah, Phantom coming soon, and other ones. But you guys are covering a ton here to begin with, and that's wicked. That's wicked. Okay, we've got.
Talking about protocols, here I'm talking about protocol integration on the ranking side. But when it comes to the portfolio, so currently we support Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. But certainly something we're working on, and that's coming soon, is Polygon. So you'll be able to look at your portfolio on Polygon, and tokens, DeFi, NFTs as well.
Got it.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, awesome, and lots to build out. So I don't think you guys will stop. It seems like you'll just keep going. So that's it's just a matter of resources and time. So cool. Okay, I've got something here in the text questions. DappRadar develops many products, which is an advantage when it can meet almost all the needs of users. How does developing many products make management difficult? How do you ensure the quality of all products?
You're basically asking kind of the question when we realize that we need to build this whole platform with contribute to earn in mind. Because currently we can do that. We're getting submissions. We're getting kind of tens of submissions per day, sometimes more. We can get through them. We're checking them carefully, but obviously we cannot really get very, very, very deep to kind of check every smart contract if there are some kind of scammy nature, if there is no potential rug pull and so on. And that's what we want to scale with the help of community, with the help of contributors. There are many people out there who would be able to just go through kind of smart contracts of a new Dapp that's listed and kind of look for red flags. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure there are smart people even here in this stage that would be able to do that, and we just need to provide tools to kind of make it happen. So really, the question is, it becomes more and more and more difficult to keep track of many different products that are going to be launched in the future to ensure quality and so on. It's about we need to scale that with the help of community and contributions. That's what it is about. So we will build together. We will build a framework for that, so that it's possible to contribute for NFTs, for DeFi, for different verticals, and so on. And then it's about everyone contributing and growing the quality of that, and always making sure that that quality is maintained and just growing.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will continue to do a wicked job. Cool. Yeah. I think, I don't know if there's any final questions. Please come on up and ask them or bring them into the AMA text questions. But as far as, I don't know, I guess future plans or any other like alpha leaks that you want to drop with us or anything else there?
Alpha leaks. If you want alpha leaks, guys, get pro and join our pro chat on Discord. That has quite a lot of alpha leaks.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the way. You want the alpha? Go get pro.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Yeah. See another thing come in here about for DappRadar developers. Can you talk about the analytical tools you offer in networking and third-party solutions for your developer community? What privileges do those who you want in DappRadar get?
Yeah, that's something we need to work on together with developers and with community. Currently, what we're giving away is it's a lot. When you think about, for example, sunflower farmers, probably a lot of people know that by now. Kind of the biggest game now on Polygon, and almost the biggest game overall currently. And DappRadar is now sending at least a few thousand users per day from DappRadar to they land on sunflower farmers. So when it comes to help with kind of distribution, that's the main thing. So everything else like networking and so on is kind of on top. We are happy to if there are questions from developers, hey, can you help us? Could you help us with this? Could you give us some advice and so on? We're happy to do that. If we have time by then. But the real privilege by being on DappRadar is that you're exposed to 1.5 million users monthly, and you get kind of free distribution. And most of the dApps, if you look at it in the industry, we are in top 5 and top 10 when it comes to referrals from to their dApps. So I think that's a big privilege beyond DappRadar and enjoy this distribution. And we really want to make sure that we don't. Again, I'm repeating myself here, but we really want to ensure that this doesn't kind of spoil us, and we enjoy together with everybody by making sure that everybody owns a part of DappRadar and can influence how we're working in the future.
Very good. Very good. Okay. I think, that's, there's lots of good stuff coming here for you guys and good ways to get involved. And, it sounds very inclusive and, excited to see what else comes with this. It's, this is awesome. Okay. I don't know. Any final comments or anything else here? I think this is probably a great place to wrap up.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Sushi. Thank you to all the guys being here, listening. I think the future of dApps is just insanely bright. We've been here since what we called year one,
Yes.
when it all kind of started, and we've been through many different waves. It was fun watching this, and probably I see some OGs here in the audience. I remember how it was kind of going from those kind of hot potato games to gambling to some really better games, and then we had DeFi, and then suddenly we have NFTs. Just think of what's in the future. We're growing at this pace, and even if we get to some kind of bear market or something, that's going to happen for probably a very short time, and this industry is going to grow exponentially. I had no doubts in that, and I want to make you believe in that as well. The apps are here to stay.
Yeah, sure seems that way. Yes, watching their growth here and just going like, it's really it's quite interesting to just take a tour through, even just like the rankings, and you just see like how much is out there, how much is available, things that so much stuff that you've never even heard of, but like just seeing like, oh yeah, that's there, that's right, that's an app, here's this, here's that. It's been really cool to see like the development that's going on around this, and how much is actually happening. So no, that's wicked. So thank you very much. Let's website, socials, any of that stuff here. Let's plug all of that. If we can throw some of that into the AMA text questions as well.
Cool.
Yeah, that. Yeah, and then the for website, just DappRadar.com. So DappRadar.com for those listening. For those that are tuning in with us here in the AMA text questions, we'll have the links for all of that stuff coming up. All your socials are available right on the main page. If you scroll down, in the middle section, there's some stuff. And then over on the bottom right, you can see everything. You've got Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Reddit, and Telegram. So you can connect directly from there, from the website. So, lots of great places to find you. And, get into the Discord and get yourself Radar Pro. So, thank you, everybody, for the questions today. And again, for those that, we're going to hand out 5,000 Radar to, 5 of the participants here who came up with questions. So, really appreciate the engagement from the community there as well. And, for those who have been in the call here for 10 or 15 minutes, we will be able to get a POAP. Just wait until you'll have to head over to DGen POAP. They won't be ready until I message in there. So once I do that, then I'll let you know that you can do the claim process there, and it would just be /POAP space claim is what you're looking to type in there. So if you type the wrong thing, you won't get it. And make sure that you claim directly from the device that you are looking to, that you have your address on, because it's a one-time message. And once that message comes up, if you switch to a different device or something, you're going to lose it. So make sure that you are on the device that you have your address or have access to your address, so that when you go to claim and mint your POAP, you can do it. You do it all right there, because it's a one-time deal. So head over there into that channel and you can claim shortly. It's not ready yet. I'll deal with that right after we get once we wrap up here. But of course, this has also been recorded and will be added to the Sushi official YouTube. So we'll have that up here later today. And of course, follow me on Twitter, 0xtangle. Stay up to date with all of the Sushi events that are coming up. And we also have the sesh notifications in the calendar channel, and then of course the events right at the very top of our Discord, and you can just stay up to date with those too. Okay, thank you everyone for coming on. Thank you so much, Skirmantas. This has been awesome. I appreciate your time today, and good luck with DappRadar. It seems like you've got a very cool project going on here, and great to see some integration here with Sushi as well.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right, you bet. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.